Okay, we have a word problem here. Please follow along as I read. The subway train travels 6 miles in 5 minutes in one segment of a journey. At this rate, how far does the train travel in an hour? Okay, so let's take a look at what exactly they're asking us to figure out. Okay, so they would like us to figure out how far. And how far I've put in red, how far is distance? And if we think about our formula, distance equals speed times time. Okay, so they want us to figure out the distance the train travels in 1 hour. Well, here I have an arrow diagram, and I set it up. On the left side is my minutes, and on the right side is my miles. And in the word problem, it tells us that the train travels 6 miles in 5 minutes. Okay, they give us that information. So 5 minutes will go 6 miles. Now, if we doubled the time from 5 minutes to 10 minutes, 2 times 5 will get 10. What we do to one side, we need to do to the other side. Since we times this by 10 and doubled it, then we're going to do that on this side for our miles and say 6 times 2, which is 12 miles. Okay, so let's take a look at our next one. So this one is 60 minutes, and where did I get 60 minutes? Well, if I go back into my word problem, it says how far does the train travel in an hour? And as we know, there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. So we need to figure out how many miles that is. So we can say, okay, 10 times what will give us 60? Well, let me think about that. 10 times what will give me 60? And hopefully all of you have come up with 6. 10 times 6 will give us 60. And again, what we do to one side, we need to do to the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to say 12 times 6. Well, you can do the mental math there. 12 times 6 is just 12, is 72. So I'm going to erase my X, because I figured out that in 60 minutes, the train will travel 72 miles. Okay, well, I'd like to challenge you, and let's say that we want to figure out how far the train travels in 120 minutes. Go ahead and put the video on pause and go ahead and figure that one out. Well, welcome back. Hopefully you could figure out or see that 60 times what will give me 120? Well, that's doubling it. So we essentially times it by 2. And so again, what we do to one side, we need to do to the other side. So we're going to say 72 times 2. And you can go ahead and do the mental math on that. 72 times 2. And hopefully you said is 2 times is 2, 144 miles. That was one method. You could do the arrow diagram method, and then let's do one more method. It's always nice to be able to see the problem solved in many different ways. Okay, so this will be a 2 for the second method. Well, another way you could have figured this problem out is you could have put the information in a proportion. So let's do that. So again, from our word problem, we saw that it was 6 miles for every 5 minutes. And that's basically our ratio there. Equals, and then we're going to try to figure out how far in 1 hour. But again, 1 hour is 60 minutes, so I'm going to convert that hour into minutes, and I'm going to put minutes down here because we're going to keep our turns on the same side in the denominator here. And then our miles, we are trying to figure out the distance, so that's our unknown right there. So then all we need to do is cross multiply and divide. So let's go ahead and do that. So 5 times x is 5x equals, and then we're going to times 6 times 60. And 6 times 60, go ahead and do your mental math. 6 times 6 is 36, plus your 0 is 360. And then we're going to isolate our variable, and so we're going to divide both sides by 5. And then our 5's cancel out, and we're left with x equals 36 divided by 5. And if we go ahead, why don't you go ahead and put the video on pause, and go ahead and figure out what 360 divided by 5 is. Well, welcome back. Hopefully you figured out that 360 divided by 5 is x is equal to 72. So again, we say that the speed of the train is 72 miles per hour, or mph is another way of writing that. So you can see that it's written, you can also write it this way, 72